It's Feb-Brew-Ary.
We should come up
Not
with
January at all.
Right, we should have like a February theme song. That'd be good.
Would you like Dave?
I would love Dave, yeah. So, we have... It's interesting because we said for this year, first year we didn't have a theme. Last year our February theme was no IPAs, which was surprisingly difficult. And, and this year's theme we said is going to be local-ish breweries. So we said anything that's in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Delaware. We'll expand it to Connecticut, because Connecticut's not that far. I mean, there are places... Connecticut is closer than our next brewery, which is Ithaca Beer Company.
Way up in upstate New York.
Yes, the pride of the Finger Lakes, as they call themselves. The beer company, not Ithaca. So, although maybe Ithaca calls itself that, too. I don't know anything about Ithaca. I know it's a college town because of Cornell.
Yeah, so I know, back when I used to work for the American University of Paris, the American program used to do tours of Ithaca, Syracuse, and I mean, it was Cornell as well, yeah, which is the three up in that area.
Yeah, interesting.
And I hear it's a good school. Also, there was that like 2003 movie, Road Trip, with Tom Green, where they steal a school bus, and that was, Ithaca was the university up there.
They went to Ithaca in that school? In that movie?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I don't think it was filmed on Ithaca, but they...
Yeah, they just went... Interesting. Yeah, I was going to say, Ithaca, because there's Ithaca, the SUNY school, and then there's Ithaca, then there's Cornell, which is also in Ithaca, so... I don't know how large Ithaca, New York is, but...
No. My sister-in-law went to Cornell, and I've got some friends who went to Syracuse for journalism, so...
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. So this is
a fourth quarter porter. Yeah, it's dark. It's nice. Made with cacao.
Cacao nibs.
Yeah.
It's funny, because I remember Tina went through a stage where we bought cacao nibs instead of chocolate chips.
Okay.
Kids were not convinced.
Yeah. I would imagine.
I think it's really nice. That's really good.
It is really nice. It's funny. So, a lot of porters and stouts have a really high ABV, and then they all, like, the ones with a higher ABV also have, like, more flavor.
I agree with that 100%, yeah.
And I think that they add, the reason they have more flavor is because either the process, like a lot of them have been aged in like a barrel, like a bourbon barrel or you know, something like that. So then like they get the flavor of that, they get the barrel flavor. Or because they have a higher ABV, they add something else to make sure that it covers it up so it's not like this really boozy.
I was going to say, do you think the alcohol, because it evaporates, you know, much quicker than water does, will help like infuse the flavors into you as you experience it?
I think that could be it too. I mean, I don't know. Now you're making me rethink my hypothesis on this. I always assumed that the ones that had a higher ABV they would just add more flavor because like when you're drinking a beer, you're not looking for that like real alcohol burn that you get from like a whiskey.
But it's funny when you aftershave and perfumes are based on alcohol because you put the alcohol on and alcohol evaporates at body temperature. Yeah. Which is why it like has that smell. I'm thinking maybe that's why the boozier ones kind of get more complexity to the flavour. And I know in gin that's the case. So Gordon's gin used to be 40%, and then they dropped it down to 37.5% and saved a bunch of money on taxes. Yeah. But a lot of people complained because they said we can't taste the flavours anymore.
Really? Huh. We're going to have to ask a chemist or a brewer. But yeah,
I'll get Barry in the line.
Yeah. This is definitely how I thought it was going to taste. Because it's 5.5%.
Yeah, so this is the same as like Guinness. Yeah. I would say this is inherently superior to Guinness. It's just so much more complexity to it.
Yeah, I definitely like this better than Guinness. It's got that same, like... It's not bland. I don't know how to describe... I don't know the actual, like, word to use to describe this, but there's like an... It's like an empty full feeling, where, like, there's a palate... There's a flavor there that hits your palate a certain way, but it's not evoking anything.
It's almost like a placeholder.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know how to, like... I don't know the exact adjective to describe that, but yeah,
But I mean, it's good. I wouldn't necessarily seek it out, but I would certainly drink more than 1 pint of it if I was.
Yeah, I could see. This is probably. I'm sure Cornell has a bar, and this is like what they have on tap at, at their bar. Like I went to Rider University a couple of weeks ago, and they had River Horse does a beer for them called their Bronc Brew or something, and it's like, it's okay. It's not like great, but
It's funny, before Tavern on George, when it was Tumulties, they used to get a pale ale or something that was brewed locally, especially for them, and it was fairly but it was right. It was like the drinkable one, and I guess that's it. It's like you want something that's going to have mass appeal.
Yeah. So this is a very drinkable porter.
I think it's very well made, and it has a very specific demographic. I think, and I think in that respect it hits perfectly.
Yeah, that's good. Good job, Ithaca. I think I was reading a little bit about them. They seem to have kind of they have like an interesting backstory. They have like a farm. They have a farm as part of their like brewery complex, and like 60% of all the ingredients used for their beer garden / like kitchen are grown on the farm that they have like in house. So
that's really incredible.
That is kind of incredible, yeah. So that'd be like a fun thing to go and try. And
yeah, because I know Cornell has a big nutritional thing and stuff. That maybe Ithaca's the same with that.
So interesting. Good job, Ithaca Brewing.
Right.
Yeah.
We will see you on the 5th.
See you tomorrow. Yeah.